Hey everybody, okay, clearing. This is going to be a progress reading. So we're going to look at what would the divine feminines and divine masculines view as progress at this stage of the journey. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for divine feminines on the left regarding what they would like to see as progress in the connection, how they view the connection, how they view their counterpart, all the regular things. And then the masculines on the right, what would progress look like for the masculines at this time? What would they like to see at all these usual junctions? And what's going on in the energetic, emotional, and physical world in the connections? Lots of shuffling. Bear with me. I always think these readings are going to be quick and snappy, but who knows? We've got a few decks here. Okay, so in the connection right now, what would the feminines like to see as far as progress? Oh, Empress and new beginning, an abundant new beginning. Quick and snappy, yes. Okay, masculines, what would you like to see in the connection? Okay, so they really want to see forward motion with communication, stepping out of their comfort zone and not being afraid that they will be met with off with your head. Queen of Swords in the inverse is like karmic feminine energy to the nines. Masculines here have a choice to stay in their defenses or to open up and bravely come towards uncharted territory in communication within relationship. So this is what the masculines genuinely want to do. So yes, feminines, you want this abundant new beginning. Masculines, you want to be safe to be who you are in the connection and to speak without getting your head chopped off. Well, let's see what the energy is here. Heartwave, resonator, ecstasy, rapture, flux, amplification. So that is liftoff. That is, the energy of momentum and heartwave resonator, the two being on the same page, wanting to tune into more of this amplification of a higher frequency together, going to a more abundant, more safe direction. What is the emotion here? Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So feminines want abundant movement, masculines want safe communication. And Knight of Wands, going deeper. So this is a player card, or hot and cold, weak energy, ghosting. In the inverse like this, it is a change towards going all in. Team player, I just heard. Okay, so what about for each other? What would progress be concerning their masculine? Oh, the feminines are just here for it. Divine timing and presence. So feminines want abundance, a brand new fresh start. They want to take it as it comes, paying attention to higher guidance and staying present. How about the masculines? What do they want specifically as progress with their feminine? Oh, here's the Empress. Secretly, they want this abundance as well. But right now, see, Empress, they're not telling you. They are not telling you that they have this intention to deepen here, feminines, because they don't know if it's going to be safe or not. Jekyll and Hyde energy. They have been met with some pretty dastardly energies when they get to this level of intimacy with someone. And it's like they're just poised on the edge, wondering if something's going to bite them. And so there seems to be some more trust building, but secretly they want what you want, feminines. They want that with you. What is the energy here? Temple of elevated senses, impeccability, advancement, and loftiness. So these connections cannot come in like karmic connections. They can't pass those doorways. They can't enter the Holy of Holies until they are impeccable. And so feminines, you might be thinking your masculine is extremely skittish. And masculines, you might be thinking that your feminine is a dreamer or too idealistic, but you both want this same impeccability. And it does sharpen and measure off of each other. If you really feel into it, you will know. What is the emotion connected with this? Balance. Yeah, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. That's a work in progress. So we have impeccability and harmony. That's a work in progress. So we're testing our resolve to hold this impeccability, this standard for the foundation of this connection. And so that's where it's at right now. Two people who have been coming into their mastery, meeting, wanting the same thing, but having never experienced with someone before. And so it's fresh, it's new, but we don't know how it will go. What is the judgment? So we've got the veil thinning here and the eyes being open. So it's kind of like that card I always get, scientific pursuits, where we get to put it into real practice. And all the dogs in the neighborhood say, "Rawr, rawr, rawr." So yeah, it's all going to be revealed here. I'm hearing we'll be pleasantly surprised as we deepen in these connections that it's not going to be like karmic repeat of history. What can we see for the heart space? What would the feminines like to see as progress on the heart space? Queen of Cups and Son of Wands. They want to have intuitively guided passion. They do not want to leave the spiritual, emotional heart out of the physical, sexual connection. The passion, they don't want to have to guard their heart. They want to have a full open heart. It's interesting because the sacral chakra is connected here. So they want to align their passion with their hearts. Masculine, that safety that you and only you can create. If you're their perfect match, you are the one that esteems them and wants them and chooses your feminine over all others in the world, for you. And that is the kind of safety that your feminine wants to unleash. This incredible, passionate, intimate love stemming from this ultimate safety. That is what they would like to explore in this connection. So the sexual connection where the heart is involved. What would progress on the heart space be for the masculines? Opening their heart and offering love, actually being transparent and possibly saying, "I do love you." Possibly, other sweet nothings. I don't want to diminish the importance of this, but the masculines want to be able to offer romance, offer sweetness into the connection with their heart open, and not do it because they feel they should, but because they want to bring a soft touch to the connections. So feminines, they want to meet you on that softer level now. What is the energy? Duality, contrast, trust, and balance. Adenine and thymine. So these are chemicals that create unity, consciousness, and cohesiveness. And so they can be, bridging, softening, seeing eye to eye, translating. What is the emotion here? Fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Yeah, so everybody's opening their hearts and putting their hearts on the line, on their sleeve, to the forefront here. And both are admitting there's a little bit of nerves here, because in order to receive great love, we have to put down the fear. Now, I'm not saying if you are having concerns in a connection that you should throw caution to the wind. This is for where you are actually safe in these aligned connections and there isn't anything to fear but fear itself. And now both are coming out of the thick forest into the meadow to frolic. That's how it feels. What is the... blockages. So there have been boundaries, developmental stages, and blockages on the heart. This tentative new heart priority in the connections is moving and clearing mountains, I just heard. This may seem simple, but this is what we've been preparing to do all along. For your whole life, you've been preparing to get to the right place with the right person. Ta-da! This is that beginning. What can we see on the heart of hearts from the feminines to the masculines? What would the feminines most like to see on their heart of hearts as progress here? Oh, a new beginning in this hot and heavy, like, physicality. Like, every inch of my being to the depths of my soul, kind of all in. They want to see if that's going to be possible here. To really bring this into the physical on the level that they truly know they deserve. So with the Ace of Pentacles in the inverted like this, it can mean that the feminines want to take it slow over the next 6 months and really work out all the kinks, explore them, but not, cram it into, it has to be a certain thing now, masculines. This is a slow, no rush, legitimate getting to know each other in the physical. In the physical. In the physical. What can we see for the masculines on the heart space? Yeah, they're having epiphanies about what union means. 11-11, Four of Wands. This is the aha moment that sees that this relationship is different than all other karmic relationships before, with that Jekyll and Hyde energy where you give an inch, they take a mile. Masculines, you're not going to find that horrific treatment from a divine feminine. You're not. You just won't. So this is the aha moment. Ping. It's no rush. There's no pressure. It's actually available to you. It can be fun. So yeah, what can we see on the heart of hearts? Energy, neutrality, diplomacy, negotiation, philosophy. So we're entering a intimate negotiation phase. That doesn't mean you're sitting there and flogging the fun and joy out of it. Oh, anyways, as we were. Neutrality. So this is looking at, roundtable discussions. What has traumatized us before? Where did we come from? Why are we trigger happy? Why are we triggered? Why are we who we are? What do we want? What don't we want? And just voicing that. It seems to be a real, genuine, not emotionally imbalanced or cray-cray, but real conversation here on the heart space. Genuine, authentic, chill, legitimate. Happiness. I'm aware that being happy means I'm on the right path. So let happiness be your barometer, your measure coming into these connections with this neutrality. If it's sitting well with your soul, if it's not, I can't. I don't know how. What else can we see? Dropping control issues and showing up, looking at what it's about, realizing pressure's off, but that this is so real, so true, so sweet. What can we see for what the feminines want to manifest as far as progress? Sovereignty, autonomy, safety, wholeness, loyalty, changing anything internally, emotionally, mentally, physically that stands in the way of being hunky-dory in relationship. What do the masculines want to manifest? Oh, wow. This heart-centered foundation prior to union. We got the same darn card back to back here in the same position. So the masculines do not want to rush, but they are not discounting the sacred potential here if we put our hearts forward now. I really feel the masculines have been in a very stoic, hard-edged, masculine presentation. Maybe gruff and tough, maybe aloof, reserved. There is a heart wall dropping, softening, coming in. Mushy, mushy, gushy, gushy, cozy, cozy, coochie. That's what I just heard. So they kind of want to get mushy. You've won the keys to their heart, feminines. And so they also want to bring this Queen of Pentacles, or sorry, Queen of Cups to the forefront and see how the more nurturing, soft, gentle, it's like they've had to put on a front and look too cliche masculine in your eyes, that they're really, really soft and sweet, and they haven't necessarily dropped their guard to let you in on that. So the masculines want to see if you're still going to like who they are, if they show you what a big suck they are too. And not in a using, abusing, taking advantage of way. This is safe space, like coming home from work and enjoying a meal and really decompressing from the day. This is, can you get real, genuine, and sincere and deal with some of the day-to-day stuff that requires tenderness. Wow. What is the energy associated with all this? Power, authority, influenced ambition. So both know that this ambition, we saw the Empress, that is the abundance that can come in here, has to have the, I'm hearing the drought and the downpours. So in many ways, this connection energy I'm reading for has gone through a series of droughts and distance, and now it feels like there's spring rain coming into the desert here, and even the cacti are blooming, and there's wisdom being pulled out of the history, the foundation. There's tenderness coming in, there's heart coming in. This is exquisite energy. What is the emotion associated? Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So this is coming to this new precipice, this uncharted territory. But you know, when you've got a foundation of love, it's not unrealistic or, you know, overly courageous, because your heart does know. So it's not that risky. But it does have this nobility to it. It does have that vibration to it that is so true and so real. I channeled this yesterday in the masculine reading. And so it is this continuation of coming in, end of anxiety. So the courage I'm feeling here is to have these neutral getting to know each other and just sort of like speaking out the things on the same page. There is an airplane, so if this requires you to travel by air to be next to each other, to have these communications face to face, I just heard many will have that. That's what we're talking about here, is finally getting to do this in person, in flesh and blood. And major anxieties dropping. If time and space are metaphors for separation, or the metaphor, because separation is an illusion. If those are just placeholders for the degree of readiness we are for union, those gaps are about to close, everybody. What can we see for what the feminines would like to manifest as far as actions that are potentials? Yes, grounding this heaven on earth, like full meal deal happiness, and directing the energy of it towards a productive, inspired life together. It's not about getting all mushy-gushy and losing each other in or losing ourselves into each other, it's also taking that and generating these inspired motions and contribution into the world. So the feminines don't just want to maul you forever, just a little bit. They actually want to channel this into the greater good, masculines. That's the kind of action they want to take. They don't want to just consume time, waste time, distract from real life, be in competition with the other things that need to be done and taken care of, accountable for. They actually want to help fuel the joie de vie. They want to help create energy here. Karmic situations are money pits, it drains, but divinely aligned connections are perpetual motion machines, and they work together. You will find a way forward if you both desire that. What are the masculines wishing to manifest? Yeah, they want to remove these blockages. They want it now. They're like, are we there yet? Is it time yet? The masculines have been, asking the divine. They've been asking their destined path. They've been feeling into this impeccability, and they're starting to feel these mountains moving. What is the energy? Lunar progressor, emotional equilibrium, compassionate non-attachment. There's that round table energy. It's coming in. Something about the moon phases right now. Pay attention if you're so inclined. And relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Okay, so there's no pretense about social standing or dynamics or blending families. We do have this blended family thing here. We also have the masculines squaring off with another masculine energy here. So that can be somebody else on your side or an ex or something going on, feminines. But now it's getting down to real, like just genuine good people. There's those planes again. So you might be traveling to meet family. You might be having family gatherings. These relationships where the good people that are coming forward with these connections create a feel-good fabric. Look at this flower of life imagery. These are all the people that are integral to your well-being, your constellation here. And so both counterparts are really dropping the guard about what the other one would think about whether their family would like them or not. And we're realizing that at this stage of healing, good people meeting good people equals good relationships, good people. I think of regularly these connections healing behind the scenes prior to the unions coming in. And when those connections heal behind the scenes, we do get extended family in harmony. We don't get outcast, competition, jealousy, all that going on in these weird broken family dynamics anymore. Those were karmic mayhem days gone by. Now we're coming into this holistic and beautiful container for love, where we give and receive, not just in our own energy, but in partnership and in family at large, in whatever way that can be so. That's the energy of these connections. And the burden is being dropped. So families banding together, I just heard. A team player in each other, coming in, really truly wanting to do what it takes to assist and grow and inspire and blend. The masculines are seeing how this has been their destined path. There's something that just clicked for the masculines about dropping the guard about pretense and how these connections would be perceived and received. And it's really kicking all the fear to the curb. And if these connections are good for each other, the masculines and the feminines are seeing that the extended community around the connections, this is what it is. This is that colorful fabric of unity consciousness. Live and let live. Oh, so good. What can we see for the biggest challenge that the feminines want to progress through? The new beginning and commitment. So here we have again, it's not like shoving it in your face, masculines, that it has to be a certain way. It's in the inverse. There's that pentacle, 6 months. But let's begin. So the biggest challenge is that the feminines can't do that alone. It takes two, but that they're feeling this readiness. I'm being drawn to the star motif in both of these cards. And even that curve of the, sorry, I didn't mean to finger the camera. But there is a click here. There's an aha moment that's kicking off, that it doesn't have to be slammed in. There is a promise of commitment in the energy though. So there can be a statement like, we have learned each other. We have been through some things, but let's take this runway into whatever comes next with the knowing that we both are looking at long term. We're both committed. We both love each other and we're both here for it. That's the energy the feminines have. What about the masculines? Whoa. Okay, so we got the those epiphanies, the hanged one, that it doesn't have to be abrupt and all or nothing. This tower moment is the abrupt recognition that your feminine has never done the Jekyll and Hyde thing, and that it's actually safe. The coast is clear to admit that we want the long term here, and then begin to authentically have those roundtable discussions, knowing we're on the same page, knowing we've got each other's back, knowing we want abundance, knowing we want to bring heart in now, knowing we want nourishment, knowing we want to see all of the fear and turn that upside down. This is the radical showing up, like dun 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 dun, where the masculines are like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's actually do it. It's like they have, masculines, you've put your feminine through every single audition you possibly could. And enough is enough, it looks like, feminines. But this is the challenge. What is the energy associated with this challenge? Universal attunement, repatterning, and guidance. So we've had to come out of the worldly templates and into a more higher love vantage point. Love, I commit to the practice of seeing good in all things. So we have seen good in all of the experiences that these connections have led us through. Yeah, we've done this together. So even though we haven't been, in relationships, we have been learning these lessons on how each of us shows up in adversity, in the good times and bad, sickness and in health, all of that stuff. And so we've been looking at how another divine being handles all of the ringer that life puts us through. And we've done it together, associated in the energy, behind the scenes, intimately, privately. Take that how it resonates emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever these connections have done to be a consistent thread through normal, everyday, life, while they've been deepening and laying a foundation and developing. They may not have really looked obvious on the surface. Friends and family may not have even come close to understanding what each of these counterparts have felt and gone through over the last period of time, together behind the scenes, together in the energy, maybe just not in the physical. What is the solution to this challenge of it takes two, and is it going to begin? Oh, here's the leap of faith, the new beginning. So we literally got the Fool card twice here. So the solution is inherent in the question. Will it happen? Yes, there are a few things that still are yet to be seen, feminines, but that period of revelation is happening here. This Fool card energy, this new beginning has left the nest. It's started to take flight. This fledgling duckling, ducks might be significant for some. This fledgling energy has already happened. You just may not see it that way yet until hindsight, feminines. And the solution for the masculines, oh, are you, OMG, gone but not gone. So I'm OMGing the same judgment card in the same position. So both haven't seen fully. So masculines, for you, this gone but not gone energy, you know, that the glue that has kept you sort of lingering, loitering in the energy with this weird connection that hasn't really gone anywhere, but hasn't gone anywhere or taken off yet. This is what you haven't seen, is the most foundational thing about this. That's the energy that has created the spaciousness, the safety to live and let live, to love as we align with unconditional love together, as we go through thick and thin together. That has been the prerequisite to consciously now trusting, loving, taking on the world together, blending lives with safety. These connections haven't manipulated or controlled. They haven't taken advantage or disadvantaged. They have been real. They've been raw. They've been honest. They have moved at a rate that they've needed to. And so it will be seen in hindsight that this is the moments where the connection goes from the gestation period into the physical, and it begins to take root in real space and time here. This is the turning point I'm hearing. What can we see for the energy of that? Portals, possibilities, and options. So when two or more are gathered in my name is a Bible verse that's coming, but focused on the same intention. It opens doors you cannot imagine. And these two energies are incredibly on the same page and here for it, ready for it. Even if they're not consciously aware of that, it's bringing it in. This is happening. And acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. So counterparts, you cannot change how freaking aligned you are. It's happening whether you're trying to make it happen or not. Isn't that funny? You know, in karmic situations, we manipulate and control and try to make it happen. These connections, if you do that, poof, they're gone. They're repelled. And yet the irony is you cannot change how aligned you are. And when you accept that, this card came out in the inverse, and I want to say this is the thing that both are now actually on the same page with, is that once your eyes are open to the fact that you can't change how you are aligned, it's divinely aligned. You are a perfect match for each other, and it's nothing you have to do. It is just who you are and the energy you both share. And so you will see this in time, and it will not change. And this is where you can totally relax and totally become your truest version of self. And these connections are blessed for it. What else can we see? Yeah, more than meets the eye. My card of the 3D, you know, trying to make it work, getting on the same page, and then this energetic thing that just is behind the scenes. This is the magic. This is the thing that we have been investigating in these connections, is can you break this? Can you find the edges of this shared energy? Can it be lost? No, it cannot. And this is what we need to accept. We need to stop throwing fear at it and start to realize what we've got here. This rare, phenomenal, extraordinary gift of real love. What are the feminines wishing to see going forward in the near future? Oh, the lovers, and grounding this thing into the physical. How about the masculines? Manifesting progress, communication, figuring out how to solve the problems, being in with purpose, having belonging, having a useful contribution. What is the energy of this? Temple of Amethystia, tranquility, patience, disillusion. So coming together and chilling out and decompressing. And, you know, there are two couples here. One couple in both sides of the energy. There's real communing and gentleness and cooperation. Do you see that? This is what we can do now because we trust each other. We're safe space. What is the emotion with this? Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So karmic situations, the bumpy runway for these, that adversity that taught us that we've got a friend in each other. We've got a counterpart in each other. We've got compatible energy in each other. As unlikely as that looks from worldly standards, conditionality, all of that, none of the other things were meant to be the be-all end-all. This was, and all the ways that it wouldn't come together were because we were still trying to make it fit karmic templates. The second we accept that these connections are what they are, click, 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 click. Ooh, I used to channel that at certain levels of when I started out in YouTube, and it's coming back. Things are clicking again. So there has been a prodigal, spacious, sovereign energy, and we will always bring that into these connections. But now the coast is clearing so that we can literally bring these into grounding. Yeah, there's the progress that the masculines just led the way with. Yes, masculines, it takes two, and if you're here for that progress, bring it on. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.